Welcome to Newsclick. We have with us today Advocate Nitin Meshram, who practices in the Supreme Court and different high courts of the country. He is going to discuss with us today about the recent judgment on the fake caste certificates delivered by the Supreme Court. Welcome to Newsclick, Nitin sir.
Thank you so much.
So, what exactly is this fake caste certificate?
See, you must have come across to a judgment of the Supreme Court, which is passed very recently. There is a provision under Article 341 of the Constitution, which says that who are the scheduled caste, and 342 who are the scheduled tribes. Now, under those articles, the President has passed the constitutional notifications, and the list of caste is enumerated in those notifications. So, if your community or one community is there notified or specified as a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, that is considered to be a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe. Now, if your community is not specified there, and if you are taking the benefit of that community, then you are considered to be a fake claimant. Okay. Take an example that the Halba or Halbi is a community which is considered to be a scheduled tribe. But if you are not a Halba or Halbi, then definitely you are not a scheduled tribe. So, you will be considered to be a fake claimant if you have obtained the certificate of Halba or Halbi. But I think that is a question is haunting the country since many years. I think last 30 years. And Parliament hasn't come up with any solution on it, and everything is left upon the judiciary to decide whether particular person is a scheduled tribe, scheduled caste or not. I think that is totally inappropriate.
So then now the recent judgment also said this, it would not have any retrospective effect on the persons who already have this fake caste certificate. What are your views on this? And under what rule did the court come to this decision?
Of course, it will create a chaos. I think if you take away the benefits of people who are already in service, have earned some the equity from the court, and those who have completed for 20 years, 30 years of their services. And there are many families are also dependent upon them. If you take away their benefits, I think will be very disastrous for them. It will create a problem in system as well. And you cannot review the judgments which have actually given them those rights under Article 142 of the Constitution.
So then who has this, according to the Article 341 here and 342 had said, it is only the center which has the power. But the government of Maharastra had passed the 2000 Act giving powers for verification of the caste certificates for SC, ST and denotified tribes. So your views on that act?
See, I tell you, this is the Maharastra Act of 2000, which provides for issuance of caste certificates as well as for scrutiny of caste certificates and issuance of caste validity certificate, that is popularly known as. See, after the Madhuri Patil judgment, this phenomena I think it began, though the recent Supreme Court judgment refers to a notification of government of Maharashtra of 1984. But I think it came into fashion from the Madhuri Patil judgment, and the Honorable Supreme Court that time held that to prevent the fake claimants in the system, they have held that fake caste certificates are actually fraud on the Constitution, because they are eschewing away the benefits which are really meant for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, a constitutional group in the Constitution. They said particular kind of committees should be there which should verify the certificates, and they should declare whether the certificate issued to them of a caste is genuine or not. I particularly feel, because this matter pertains to the Constitution, Constitution's article of 341 and 342 is an exclusive falls within the exclusive domain of Parliament. Verification of caste certificates I think you are dealing under Article 341 and 342, wherein in class 2 of the same articles has specifically provided to deal with those articles by any of the legislative or executive organs except by the parliament. Take an example that under 341 and 342 clause 1 and 2, the president has a power to issue the notifications first time to declare particular community as a scheduled tribe or scheduled caste. But president thereafter cannot modify that entry, and if someone wants that entry should be modified, then they will have to go to the parliament, and there is a reason. The Constituent Assembly, Baba Saheb Ambedkar has given a reason that if you give that right to an executive, that is president, or to the state government as well, the politics will come into play. To avoid that politicking in the matter of identification of SC/STs, they have reserved that matter exclusively for the consideration of parliament. Now you see, very recently when Akhilesh government was there in Uttar Pradesh, they declared certain communities as scheduled tribe, scheduled caste. And thereafter there was a stay from the High Court as well. Now the declaration of particular caste as scheduled tribe was actually with an intention to get the vote bank of, to earn the vote bank of those particular caste. Such kind of foul play can be played by the political parties as well.
इस तरह का पॉलिटिक्स जो एक कम्युनिटी को शेड्यूल कास्ट में या शेड्यूल ट्राइब में डालने का ये पॉलिटिक्स जो पार्लियामेंट का प्रोव्यू में आता है, ये स्टेट गवर्नमेंट छेड़खानी करता है.
स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का ऐसा पावर नहीं है, क्योंकि आप देखेंगे कि हमारे देश में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में 245 और 246 एक आर्टिकल है जिसके तहत पार्लियामेंट का क्या पावर होगा, स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर का क्या पावर होगा, वो डिमार्केट किया गया है. अभी ये पावर 341 एंड 342 का पावर जो है वो पहले शेड्यूल में भी नहीं, 7 शेड्यूल में सारे लिस्ट है, उसमें उसका वो पावर एनमरेट नहीं है. शेड्यूल 7 के स्टेट लिस्ट में भी वो नहीं है, कंकरेंट लिस्ट में भी वो नहीं है. तो फिर शेड्यूल 1 में एक 97 नाम की एक रेसिडरी पावर की एक एंट्री है, उसके अंडर में है. Therefore, that is an exclusively reserved for the parliament. सपोज मान लीजिए स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को ये पावर होता तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में कहीं ना कहीं लिखा होता. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में कहीं लिखा नहीं है, बल्कि ये लिखा गया है कि पार्लियामेंट को ये पावर है. अब स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इसमें इंटरफियर क्यों कर रहा है?
तो इसका मतलब है कि जो पावर ये वेरिफिकेशन जो कमिटीज़ है जेन्युइन केसेस को भी हरासमेंट कर सकते हैं.
बहुत ज़्यादा,
हाँ,
बहुत ज़्यादा कर रहा है.
हाँ.
मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ कि देखिए, मैंने कुछ केसेस डील किया है जिसमें 1902 के डॉक्यूमेंट है, 1910 के डॉक्यूमेंट है उनके फोर फादर्स के. वो कहता है कि उनकी कास्ट एग्जैक्टली जैसी है वैसे शेड्यूल ट्राइब के जो नोटिफिकेशन है उसके अकॉर्डिंग है. 1902 का आप डॉक्यूमेंट एक ही डॉक्यूमेंट कंसीडर करेंगे, दे विल बी डिक्लेयर्ड है शेड्यूल ट्राइब. या समवेयर 1948. बाद में उनके कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट उसी दरमियान के हैं, उसमें लिखा हुआ है कि जैसे टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ हलबा कोस्टी. 1902 का डॉक्यूमेंट कह रहा है कि वो हलबा है, 1910 का डॉक्यूमेंट कह रहा है वो हलबा कोस्टी है, फिर 1930 का डॉक्यूमेंट कह रहा है कि वो हलबा है. नाउ कमिटी, बिकॉज यू सी एंथ्रोपोलॉजिकल स्टडीज़ जो है, these all aspects are pertaining to the anthropological studies, and on that the state government do not have any power. Anthropological studies में किसी भी तरह का पावर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को नहीं है, and therefore they do not have any expertise. अभी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का जो स्क्रूटिनी कमिटी है वो एंथ्रोपोलॉजिकल स्टडी में जा रहा है कि वेदर पर्टिकुलर कम्युनिटी इज अ शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब और नॉट. और ये एक डॉक्यूमेंट वो देखने से वो कह रहा है कि नहीं तुम हलबा कोस्टी हो. ठीक है, कुछ कोड़ी है महाराष्ट्र में, कोड़ी महादेव. ठीक है, अब कोड़ी महादेव का एक डॉक्यूमेंट है जो 1910 का है, 1911 का है. मेरा तो ये मानना है कि 1950 के पहले का किसी भी डॉक्यूमेंट को वैल्यू नहीं होना चाहिए, मेरा ये मानना है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट्स एंड कोर्ट्स कहते हैं कि 1950 का पहले होना चाहिए, तो एटलीस्ट 1931 के पहले के किसी भी डॉक्यूमेंट को वैल्यू नहीं होना चाहिए, बिकॉज द कास्ट इनमरेशन वाज ऑफिशियली स्टार्टेड इन 1931. आई टेल यू कि ये सारे प्रॉब्लम एक चीज़ की वजह से आ रहे हैं. पहली चीज़ है कि पार्लियामेंट इस मैटर को कम्प्लीटली निगलेक्ट कर दिया है। 341 और 342 में कोई कानून नहीं बना रहा है। इतनी बड़ी समस्या है, छत्तीसगढ़ की सबसे बड़ी समस्या है ये, मध्य प्रदेश की सबसे बड़ी समस्या है। दूसरी बात, उसकी वजह से लोग एक्सेसिवली कोर्ट जा रहे हैं। कोर्ट के जजेस इसके लिए इक्विप्ड नहीं है, उनको एंथ्रोपोलॉजी नहीं मालूम, उनको मेनी ऑफ द फैक्टर्स ऑफ कास्ट नहीं मालूम, कास्ट का स्टडी नहीं है, ठीक है। बहुत सारी चीज़ें आई टेल यू कि 1950 में जो मतलब शेड्यूल डिक्लेयर हुए हैं टू वेरीफाई द वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ कास्ट,
स्क्रूटनी कमिटी,
दैट्स अ जुडिशियल लेजिस्लेशन, वेदर द जुडिशियरी हैज़ अ पावर टू डू दैट। उन्होंने कहा कि हम 142 में दे सकते हैं, ठीक है, but consider you do not know many of the factors how judge how the implementation of legislation should be done. मतलब क्या प्रॉब्लम है लोगों की, you don't know anything of it.
So you mean to say there is a separate tribunal required for the matters?
Instead of saying tribunal, there should be a parliamentary committee which should have a judicial power.
So this particular judgment, will it have any ramifications in the coming days? At a policy level, how is it
definitely,
going to
I
affect?
tell you, it's forget about clients. You will have to find out whether the claimant of false certificates are false caste certificates are really the false scheduled tribe. You will have to distinguish between that difference, you know. One who does not have documents to prove his caste claim or the tribe claim, but he is a tribe or caste, and you do not have mechanism through the state agencies or state means the union government agencies to identify that person as a scheduled tribe or not. Okay, you do not have mechanism, means you did not set up the anthropological departments for that. There are many people who are genuine scheduled tribes, but they do not have the documents, because you know the documents they are demanding, you say you should bring the document of 1950 and prior to that, and the Supreme Court many a times held that the documents before 1950 will have a more probative value. Now you see they were living in jungle, the scheduled tribes, scheduled caste were having absolute no education, their entries were not made, the administration was utter hostile, you know, and many of the entries were wrongly made.
As a solution for this menace of fake caste certificates, do you think that the jobs lost by the SC/ST OBC communities, a special recruitment drive should take place to fill those posts which had been fraudulently taken from the members?
See, there's a lot of backlog. There is a lot of backlog. It is not the case that fraudulent certificates have not obtained the jobs. They have, but there are minimum. There are few, and this phenomena is mostly within the scheduled tribe. Or sometime, you know, they are migrated people, and Supreme Court have said that you see you belongs to Andhra Pradesh, and therefore you are not entitled to reservation in Maharastra. You know, that is totally on a wrong understanding of the Supreme Court, so far I feel. Because they said when you go to the cities, जब आप शहर में जाते हैं तो आप अच्छी जगह पे जाते हैं, बट मेरा अपना एक्सपीरियंस है कि जब मैं कुछ साल पहले घर देखने के लिए गया था, वो घर का 40,000 किराया था, और सब सेट होने के बाद उसने मेरा कास्ट पूछा, तो मैंने उसको कहा कि मैं तो बुद्धिस्ट हूँ, बट मेरे 4 फादर्स अछूत थे, तो उसने कहा कि हम नहीं देंगे आपको घर। 40,000 किराया, मैं साल भर का किराया उसको देने के लिए तैयार था, सो कहा कि नहीं देगा। तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट्स अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट व्हेन यू गो टू सिटीज़ यू एक्सपोज टू ए बेटर इन्वायरमेंट, आई थिंक इज टोटली erroneous. ठीक है, सो आई एम कमिंग टू योर क्वेश्चन. See, such positions will be vacant very soon, and there should be a special drive to fill them, and they should be filled from the SC/STs. And I feel that since the state is responsible for this, they should compensate the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. If they had the checks and balances when this this provision was implemented. This should never have happened, but because of hostility of the system towards SC/ST, these menaces have been created.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Advocate
My
Nitin.
pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching Newsclick. Please log on to our website newsclick.in and also do subscribe to our YouTube channel.